Hello and welcome. If you're watching this live, hopefully you've had a good week. Hopefully you are easing into this new year. Hopefully it's feeling like a good place to start for you. Um, Honestly, I feel like I know we kind of joked, everyone joked about 2020 being sort of like a dumpster fire. I feel like 2021, 2022, 2023 sort of had some of that flavor to it as well. So I don't know. I'm feeling really hopeful for 2024. Not because there's been just some struggles, but I feel like the things that I've been needing to release, the things that I've been wanting to let go of, the messages and the lessons that I had to really integrate within me, I feel like that's been happening. And so I'm really excited to see what comes from that. So hopefully, if you found this, you're like, okay, what is this that we're talking about today? We're actually going to do a little bit of chakra balancing for the new year. We want to be able to release some of the stuff, especially the like missteps. I don't want to say mistakes, but the things that we're not super proud of that we did, or the things that we thought were going to be successes for us, but ended up not being so great. We want to release those. We don't want that energy coming in to the new year for us as we're starting to open up to new possibilities. So that is what we're going to do. I'm Mary. I probably should introduce myself, from Rivers Journey Wellness. Every Friday, or at least most Fridays, I come on for a live Q&A and a little bit of, we've been doing Reiki infused meditation. And today, after I finished meditating by myself, obviously, I actually felt really excited about some concepts. And so I just wrote them down really quickly. So we might see a little bit of a shift in what we're going to be doing today. But if you do have any questions about chakras, or if you do have any questions about how to balance the chakras, what are the chakras, that sort of thing, just let me know. You can put it into chat, or if you're watching this later on replay, you can put it into the comments. I work with the chakras a lot. I know that people probably, well, I don't know if everybody's heard of chakras, but I feel like nowadays most people have heard of them. So I'm not going to do a huge overview, but I'm just going to tell you the chakras that we're going to be working with today for clearing and balancing are going to be 7 of our main bodily chakras, for lack of a better word. And it starts with the crown chakra, which is on the kind of tippy top of your head. And that is like our connection to the divine, to source, however you see that. It can have other words and meanings, but that is our connection to that. Oftentimes that's how we receive things. So if you feel a little bit, hello, how are you today? If you feel like the top of your head gets tingly, or you have a hot sensation or something, you might be getting some messages or some information that way. If you feel any pains or aches, it could be, a sign that it's closed. Just to kind of back up a little bit, the goal is not for our chakras to always be open. We do need to have sort of the wisdom to know when we need them closed, when we need them open. The more that we work with them, the more that we're able to see, sense, feel, know, depends on how you take in your information. If they're blocked, if there's stuck energy there, if they're really depleted, sometimes if we're open for too long, we can get really depleted. So we do need to then kind of close that chakra and just do a little bit of, healing, having quiet time for ourselves. So crown is the first one that we're going to be working with. The next one, third eye. I think most people have heard of third eye. That is intuition. I know sometimes we can feel intuition in different ways. We can draw in information through all sorts of all of our senses, obviously. But we do say that this is our like inner knowing, our inner wisdom. And if we were hoping to create something in 2023, we want to have clarity of vision for ourselves. It's really important. A lot of times we have a goal or we have an aspiration, but we don't really know what we're going to be doing with that. So you can draw that in through the third eye. The next one we're going to talk about is the throat chakra. So this one is a really big one for me. Obviously, I do a lot of talking, a lot of communicating, but then also I feel like it's my Achilles heel, so to speak, because I've always struggled with thyroid issues. So it's kind of interesting that, like, okay, so even though I'm using this, I'm sharing my thoughts, or I'm, connecting with clients, I still have to work on clearing my throat chakra pretty significantly. So, how we're communicating with others, if our message is being received, another way of tapping into our creativity is through the throat chakra, or expressing our creativity through the throat chakra. Um, one of the ones we're going to work on, but I'm going to be quiet for some of it. Heart chakra is the next one, sort of in the middle of your chest, your heart space. This is so important. I do so much work with clients on clearing and balancing the heart chakra. Any wounds, any hurt, anything that we've experienced that makes the heart kind of close down, get overly protected, anything that has felt like it was a struggle for sending ourselves love, compassion, and kindness. That's usually the heart chakra. We need to be gentle with that one. We want that one open and vibrant for ourselves, so then we can also open it to other people, be able to discern who is it safe to open to and not. Next one, you're not going to be able to see my hand because I'm sitting, but the next one is the solar plexus. That's a little bit above the belly button. That is your core. That is your center for your personal power. So we want this one to be open and vibrant when we need to bring ourselves forward into our life, when we need to be assertive, not aggressive, but assertive. When we really want to create change in our life, that's when we want that solar plexus to be strong and fired up. It is the fire in the belly. The next one is a little bit below the belly button. That is the sacral. This one is so important. It's joy, it's pleasure. It can be sensual and sexual energy, but this is where we're able to receive all those good things in life, good things from other people. This is one that tends to get shut down pretty quickly. There's so much wonkiness, I think, at least within our culture, in the American culture. We have a culture about, like, women receiving joy and pleasure and what that means. And we have a lot of negative connotations about that. And so that can make it feel really unsafe to be open and receptive, especially if we've been at the hands of somebody that has hurt us, either physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, right? We just don't want to open that up to other people. So that one we really need to have wisdom about. Is it going to be open, or is it going to be closed? But the fact that we are deserving of good things, we're deserving of pleasure in all the senses, whether it's through food, whether it's through, enjoyable times with friends and family, whether it's getting stuff that we're hoping to manifest, we actually receive that. We're deserving of that. So we want to make sure that that one's definitely cleared and balanced moving into the new year. And then the last one is the root chakra. It's at the tip of your spine, but I really talk about it from, like, the hips all the way down to the feet, especially if I'm doing a Reiki session in person. Oh yeah, I probably should mention what I do. So I am a Reiki master. I'm a teacher and practitioner. I am also a holistic therapist. I've been a therapist for about 25 years, Reiki master for about 10 years. And then I also provide intuitive coaching and guidance to clients if they're looking for that. And so if I am doing an in-person Reiki session, I usually am working more on the legs. It seems like the knees, the ankles, and the feet, a lot of energy gets stuck there, gets kind of bottled up. So we want to have a mechanism to release that. So that is like Chakras 101 in the least amount of time that I can possibly put that out there. Oh, I probably should say what the root is. So the root chakra is really feeling not only grounded, but feeling like we have a path, feeling like we do deserve to be here, that we belong. I think that when we get very anxious, or get very worried, or feel fearful about the future, it's a nice sign that the root is really kind of struggling there. So we want to make sure that it is open and we're able to kind of put our best foot forward, so to speak. So, this is all stuff that we need to be thinking about as we're starting this new year. And I know some people don't really consider it a new year until springtime comes. That's perfectly fine. But, just stuff to sort of think about as we're moving through the winter. So, if you have any questions about that, let me know. We're going to do something really experiential that I think is going to be helpful for clearing and balancing not only the chakras, but opening us up to receive for 2024. Like I said, I'm super excited for 2024. And, I feel like I just keep getting all of these signs that, like, okay, things are kind of clicking, things are coming together. This morning, I was sort of thinking about my day, and I stepped outside to let Norbert, the dog, outside. And in front of me, I mean, it wasn't like 5 feet in front of me, but in front of my field of vision was a hawk. And he was just flying by, or she was flying by. And I sort of thought, like, okay, yeah, like things are starting to take off, starting to soar. But then also it's a reminder that, like, we should be open to spirit as our guide as well. And it's so funny because I pulled a couple cards today, and the first card that I pulled was Hawk Spirit, which I was like, yeah, that's so crazy. So let spirit be your guide. I feel like that's really good advice for 2024. When we get too stuck in our head, too stuck in the ego mind, we start to stagnate because we get frozen. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to choose for ourselves. And when we sort of release a little bit of that it's not all up to me, it's not so much pressure that I have to do it all by myself, it sort of just lets things open up. So I pulled that card, which was really, really nice. I had gone through, like I said, I'd done a little meditation, and I had gone through what I wanted to put out there for our Reiki infused meditation. And I thought, okay, I need to really center on the energy that's open and available, not only to me, but to everybody. And I pulled from a different deck. And then I got really excited. I pulled the white buffalo. So when we're thinking about, what there is, what the world can offer us, what, our co-creators, our spirit can hire, not only our higher self, but whatever we consider like our guides and guardians, can help us, can help bring into our world. We're talking about abundance. We're talking about prosperity. We're talking about feeling really grounded and rooted, and trusting our wisdom, trusting our senses. And then white buffalo is sort of symbolic, is like a new beginning, right? Something's finally starting to fall into either balance, or there's more harmony. So super, super excited about that. And then I had just a couple other cards that I had pulled that were really relevant to the chakras. I think it sort of is like the crown and the root it symbolizes. They actually fell out, so I didn't really pull these. One was whale spirit and trust the great mystery. I love this because I think oftentimes we do get, like I said, stuck in our ego mind about, like, how am I going to create this, and what are the steps, and what's it going to look like, and what do I have to do? And there's so much pushing and so much pressure on us to figure it all out, and we're never going to figure it all out, right? We do have to have a little trust in the mystery of, like, the how and the when, and knowing that, like, someone is going to help bring it all together for us so we can have whatever we're dreaming, right, come into our life. That really reminded me of the root. Yeah, 100%, right? So that really reminded me of the crown. And then the root, I mean, it's so funny that they fall out. And I get like the chills, and I'm like, holy cow. Koi fish spirit, there's always enough. I feel like we get oftentimes a message from, well, consumerism, capitalism, that there's not enough, that, buy now or it's going to go away, right? Or, you have to have this thing to make your life complete. And we get so stuck in lack and scarcity. And we have to have that reminder that there's always enough. There's going to always be enough for us. And we do have to retool how we think about that, how we look at there's always enough. What does that mean to us? I think when we go back and I do like year in reviews. And when I go back and look at the struggles, my first thought is like, oh, scarcity, right? Or lack or whatever. And then I think like, oh, there was a message in that. There was a lesson in that. There was something that, I needed to look at. But there's always enough. There's always enough. So even though I was like, oh, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough this, it wasn't enough that, or it wasn't as big or grand as I thought it was going to be, but it was exactly what it needed to be for me to understand that message, to learn that lesson, and then be able to integrate that and move forward and make different choices for myself. So I feel like there's always enough is a message that we need to hear. And I think when we're stuck in lack and scarcity, the root chakra gets a little, kind of digs the heels in. So just a reminder that there's always enough. So those were the cards that I pulled for myself after we do the Reiki and a little bit of meditation. If anybody wants a card, knocked my earbud out. If anybody wants a card pulled for what they need to know or they need to be aware of, feel free to let me know. You can put it in the chat if you want. And then I can always just pull like a collective card. I'm so excited. I finally found some of my sprays. I'd been looking for my sprays for a while. And I'd put them somewhere that I thought was safe, but then I forgot where it was, of course. So that's me. So you would love a card? Okay, awesome, Sharon. I'll do that. I'll do that when we're done. So if anyone has any questions, Anne would love a card too. Okay, I'll pull one for you too. And I have a bunch of different decks. Sometimes I, ask people if they want to tell me specifically which deck they want pulled from. So if you know the decks that I have, you can tell me that. Otherwise, I'll just intuitively pull one. I've been really drawn. I'm always drawn to animals, but I thought there's some good messages in those. But then there's some good messages in the shamanic decks too. So we'll definitely do that. Also, yes. I understood. All right, so I'm gonna light a little sage. I didn't sage yet. I was a little late today. I was opening sacred space, and I was sort of like, I don't know. I was in my own world for like a few minutes. That's kind of how my day has been. I don't know where I was at, and I was like, oh, I gotta get online. So I already opened sacred space for us for this time together. So now I'm just going to sage a little bit. And you want animals? Okay. Yeah, I really love this deck. I think I only have one deck that I'm not super drawn to yet. And actually, I put it away, so I don't know if I'll use it. I know you can't smell the sage. It's white sage that I'm burning. I got a big sigh out of Norbert. I just wanted to light a little bit of sage, and I'm just going to keep a little bit of it burning for us. I'm going to move it away. I have some lavender in here too in my little bowl, so I'm going to move it away from the lavender. I've been playing with some herbs, and I don't want the lavender. I just want the sage. Although lavender would be nice and relaxing too. So if you are in a place that you can close your eyes, if you can get comfortable, that would be fabulous. I'm going to this is a sage spray, and actually I think it does have lavender in it, which is funny that I was saying that. But I'm just going to spray a little bit of sage on my hands, just so we can sort of like cleanse and clear the energy. Really good. Okay. If you're in a place that you can't close your eyes, that's okay. You can always just kind of focus on something, soften your gaze across the room. Otherwise, it's a nice way to kind of get in body again. And there's something else that I wanted to say about that. Oh, So if you're new to Reiki or never experienced a distance Reiki session, there's nothing that you have to do. As long as you sort of affirm to yourself that you're open to receiving, that's all you really have to do. I'm going to work through some stuff. I'm going to read some things for you to sort of plant seeds in your mind, in your mind's eye, maybe even. And so you can work with that if you want. You're welcome to tune out and just be present. If you don't want to listen to me and you want to just focus on breath, subconscious mind is going to hear it. It takes in everything. So you don't even have to worry about, focusing on what I'm saying or seeing me even. You can, by closing your eyes, I know you can't really see what's happening, but not so much exciting stuff happening other than a little bit of Reiki. So get comfortable. I invite you to lay down, sit up, whatever feels best for you, whatever's most comfortable for your body. Again, there's no right or wrong way. I'm going to take a couple breaths. So I'm going to invite you to take a couple breaths as well. I just do it in through the nose, out through the mouth, just making sure that the exhale's a little bit longer than the inhale. It just helps me to start that grounding process. Helps me to maybe not turn off my thoughts, but to quiet them a little bit. And just continue to do whatever breath work is comfortable for you. Again, not a lot of wrong or right here. So I'm going to pull up what I wanted to work on with you. So I'm just going to start sending Reiki now. Still taking some breaths. And I know that I said that I was excited. I was excited for the possibilities of the new year. I was excited for fresh starts, new beginnings. But first, we do have to release, let go of whatever your language is, anything that's been weighing us down from the last year, anything that we perceive as a misstep. When our course took a wonky turn. We're going to send a little bit of love and forgiveness to ourselves. Send gratitude to our past. There was wisdom there, even if we weren't able to perceive it at the time. Usually we can't. Usually we look back and say, oh, that's what that was. That's why I needed to go through it. When we release, we make space, we make room for something new. So I want you to bring to your third eye, your mind's eye, one thing, just one thing that you're ready to release from last year. An energy that doesn't match the hopefulness of a new year, this new year. I'm releasing with you. So affirm to yourself that you're ready to release this. And it can be just that simple. You don't need to know how you're going to let go of it. You just give yourself that permission to simply release and let go. I always notice that the body softens when we let go. Tension that we didn't even know we were holding releases. Sometimes we sigh. Sometimes we yawn. I've even had clients cry, hiccup. The body just burp. I've had people burp. I burp sometimes in meditation when I'm releasing. It's just the body's way of releasing extra energy that's not serving you. We did our best with the energy that we had, the knowledge that we had. We did our best. That's all that we could ever hope for. And now the things that have felt stuck or heavy or have been weighing us down, now we're ready to release those. And if you want to, you can tap into those chakra points. You can see maybe where it was needing to be released. Sometimes you'll feel some energy moving. You can feel tingling or hot or cool. Sometimes I notice stuff like, I was clenching my jaw. What do I need to say to somebody or myself? So just using your inner wisdom, tapping into your inner wisdom to know exactly where or which of the chakras are needing to be balanced. And sometimes it's like dominoes. Once we release one thing, it all starts to fall into place, all of our energy. So I'm starting at your crown. That is where my intention was. And I'm actually going to be moving around through the chakras. So when we release, when we let go, blessings are transmitted and spirit receives. Again, in whatever context or whatever form resonates with you. But we start to feel in a different, softer way. We feel heard and we feel seen. That opens our crown chakra wide. The exciting thing is then our clarity awakens. Our clarity awakens. We don't have to worry, or there's no more doubt about whether we're being seen or heard. We can shift our focus onto whatever else would serve us better. When clarity awakens, we open to the possibility of miracles, hopes and wishes and desires. maybe we weren't confident of before, but we return to that place of trust. When miracles abound, it's a good place. We start to feel our communication clearing. Our communication to ourselves is at a higher frequency and vibration. We're not beating ourselves up or putting ourselves down. The negative self-talk just sort of fades away because we're not in that low vibration anymore. And when that happens, the communication with others, that raises as well. If there is anything in any of the chakras so far we've gone through, a couple, just imagine releasing more down your grounding cord, allowing Mother Earth to receive that and transmute that energy. With that domino effect, the flow returns to our life. Things seem easier. Things seem to fall into place. Signs and synchronicities just show up out of the blue. But we witness them and we see them and we know that they have meaning. We know they have personal meaning for us. Again, I think trust strengthens. And as we put our attention on that flow, more things flow. Sometimes it feels scary to put our trust or faith into flow, but we can push past that, push away from the bank of the river and just allow ourselves to be carried. We don't sink. We never sink. Because balance is restored. I think a lot of people were needing that in 2023, balance. Felt off balance, a little too heavy at times, a little too tight and constricting. Can find our balance. When we find our balance, trust easily replaces fear. When we have that solid footing, we can tap into our personal power. When we know it's meant for us, fear just trickles away. So just allow that, whatever has felt scary, the thing that we've been fearful of. See where there's a place for trust instead. It can be as simple as trusting that it's going to be okay. that you're going to get through it. There's brighter, sunnier days, whatever it is. And again, not focusing on the how or the when, just the knowing that I can place my trust in the universe, in myself, in my higher wisdom. Just releasing that fear. Fear can reside in all of the chakras. Not always a great thing. But we can clear it, we can let it go. And when there is more of a trust is higher than fear, we open to abundance and prosperity. It becomes not only an option, but fully available to us, just like that white buffalo. It all harmonizes itself. That vibration, that frequency keeps rising. You might start to wonder, why was I so worried about that? Why was I so afraid of that? Because of that clarity. Just releasing that one thing, that one heavy thing. As we move away from lack and scarcity, we find that there is always enough. There's always enough time, always enough money, always enough health, or connection, or community. There's always enough wisdom. There's always enough love. There's a train outside punctuating that there's always enough. And when we're in that place where we truly believe that there's always enough, when we can feel that lack or scarcity fade away, we feel peaceful, right? Inner peace harmonizes. What would that feel like to have inner peace again? Maybe you're already feeling it. Maybe leaving 2023 and opening to the new year, maybe that already harmonized it for you. As that inner peace sort of rises within us, we notice that our resiliency and strength also rises. Sometimes we minimize or discount our personal power, our strength, our flexibility, our resiliency, our ability to make things happen, to bounce back from the tough days. That's fear again. We gotta keep releasing it. Because we're all resilient and we're all strong. We show it in different ways, but we all have it. Just allowing that, allowing the energy to release it, hasn't been serving you. For me, it starts to feel like the heart opens. That's how I know that I'm releasing. It's just a teeny crystal. Love finds its way back to us. Always does. That same love ignites all parts of our true self. Well, again, fear kind of gets in the way of us accessing that true love, pure love. But we can return to feeling held and safe and secure. And when that happens, we're able to send our love back out to the world. It's like an endless looping. It's like that infinity sign from the heart chakra out, and then we receive. We send it out, and then we receive. We don't have to keep it to ourselves. We don't have to get stingy with our love, because it's always going to return back to us. And when we make space for that, wonder and awe just expands. We get excited, get joyful, we feel elated. No longer held back by whatever happened in the past. We're able to open to my favorite, infinite possibilities, wondrous possibilities. Things that we couldn't have even imagined for ourselves. When the universe or spirit, guides and guardians show us this or better. We go back to that place of trust. We let spirit guide us. We let our higher wisdom guide us. We relish in dreaming, imagining, visioning, knowing that it's going to happen for us. Maybe not always in the way that we imagined, but in the way that we probably need. When we open ourselves to the divine, that's when changes happen. That's when shifts occur. When we get out of our head, back into our body. When we allow ourselves to feel and sense and know. So take a moment and simply affirm to yourself. Simply affirm to yourself, I am ready to receive. And if you want, in your mind's eye, you can set an intention, or you can see what you're hoping to receive. that you know would meet your needs and your highest good. The how and the when aren't important. Only seeing your intention as a possibility. Trusting that it's always available. It shows up in its own way, though. You just have to begin by being open. I'm open to receiving. So be it. So it is. We can release that. We can seal in with just a little bit of sound. And I just want to cleanse and clear away again anything that doesn't serve us. We just want to clear that away. We just want to release it. Just let it all go. I woke up Norbert with that one, with my sigh. So just letting it go. So hopefully that was helpful. I didn't want to give a lot of guidance to like what you were needing to clear and cleanse within the chakras. I didn't want to give a lot of guidance on what you needed to do to balance it. I want you to trust in your inner wisdom, your inner knowing. Even if you're like, what the heck is a chakra? Even if you're not really sure, you're wiser than you let yourself believe. So just practicing that. What am I needing to release? What am I hoping to receive? Just setting those intentions. And if you do notice something in those areas of the chakra, knowing that like, okay, I probably need to take a moment just to check in and see what's going on. What do I need to do about this? So I'm just finishing releasing on my end anything that I needed to let go of. Thank you for addressing. Oh wait, I gotta pull up the. I'm working on that right now. Oh yeah, lack I think comes up for everybody. I'm going to say, honestly, that was a big one for me in 2023, letting go of lack. And I feel like sometimes I've got it. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, doing a good job with that. And then something rattles my cage and I go back to that place where I'm like worried. I'm worried if there's enough, or I'm worried if there's, it's going to come around my way, or worry about, I think the timing often, my timing is a little rigid. The universe's timing is a little fluid. So I think that can be a struggle too. But I think it comes up for all of us. Not just you. We all work on that. And maybe we'll pull a card for that. What do you need to know about how you can? What do you need to know? What's going to support you? Around this concept of lack and scarcity. I feel like it's hard. I feel like it's hard with all the ads. I know I have to like tune out of like TV. I get them on my computer too, I guess. But there's always something that we don't have, that we need, that's going to make our life perfect, right? And it's like, oh, I don't think it's this one thing that I have to buy. It's never this one thing that I have to buy. It's the one thing that I need to like repair within me, that I need to heal. I didn't say this earlier, but I think oftentimes when we have blocks with our chakras, yeah, perfect. Money, yes. Yeah, no, we got it. Money can have funky energy. We got to get good with what we believe with, maybe not what we believe, but the energy we put into money, right? Money's neutral, but we assign it good or bad, right? There was something that I was going to say. I lost it. I don't know. It's gone. If it comes back, I'll let you know. Something about lack and scarcity. I have no idea. No, it's gone. I have no idea. All right. So, Anne, what do you need to know? I love this card. So, sorry, my hand's a little shaky. So, claim your independence, cat spirit. I love this one. I think when we talk about lack and scarcity, we feel alone, we feel left out, we feel like it's not available to us. Like we're not in the club, we don't really know how to get into the club, but we're just not part of it. And I think this card's like, maybe the club's not for you. Maybe you need to really focus on what makes you, uniquely you, right? Because that thing is so beautiful and amazing. And the world needs that, right? And claiming your independence. So maybe you could even do something as I'm claiming my independence from lack. I'm claiming my independence from scarcity, or I'm claiming my independence that I can really support my personal power and I can create whatever I want for myself that will feel fulfilling, that will feel amazing, that will just light me up. I love this. I love cat spirit. So hopefully that helps. So it's snappy, you said, yeah? Okay, well, hopefully that's a good thing. Yeah. Sharon. All right, Sharon, do you have a preference? Because I'm going towards that card is perfect and extremely resonating with me. Oh, awesome. I love it. I love it. I know I shouldn't be amazed for how many years that I've worked with Oracle cards. I know I shouldn't be amazed every time that I'm like, oh, wow, that was exactly what I needed to hear. Like this morning, seeing that hawk and then pulling the hawk spirit card. Like, come on. How does that even happen? And one of the things that I've been really working on, just like with lack and scarcity, the opposite of like abundance and prosperity, and what that means to me in all areas of life, not just like money and stuff like that. And then to get this white buffalo, I was like, oh, chills. So white buffalo is out of the deck. It's exciting. It is exciting. All right, Sharon says no. Hopefully I asked you, do you care which deck? Because that's what I'm thinking. White buffalo is not in the deck for you, but I'm going to say that energy is available to you anyways, because no preference. Okay. Because I feel like anytime even, I was thinking about today, I was thinking about live. So I was thinking about like, okay, also what does the group need, or whoever, sees this later need. So I feel like those cards are available to you as well. Those messages, if they resonate, they're there for you too. Okay. What I learned today. Okay, you'd like a card too? Okay. All right. Ooh. This automatically gave me the chills, and I'll tell you why in a minute. All right, Sharon, your card is Shapeshifter. And it's a very dark night. To me, this is like super powerful feminine energy. But the cool thing about this, with the white buffalo, within it's a Denise Lynn deck. Within the deck, it has like, how do you work with this energy? And it was shapeshift into the white buffalo. So if they're saying, or she's saying, how do you tap into this abundance, prosperity, this harmonizing, balancing energy, this new time coming or whatever, is to practice shape shifting into the white buffalo. And you get the shape shifter card. Super cool. So we'll have to practice, Sharon. We'll have to practice shape shifting if you've never practiced shape shifting. Maybe we'll do that Maybe we'll do that in the winter membership. Let's do that one night. We'll practice shape shifting. So, okay, it's alphabetical, and I'm not there yet. Okay, shape. Okay. Okay, you haven't? All right, we'll totally do that. So if anyone's interested, I have the winter membership is starting, I think Tuesday, yeah. And that's 8 weeks. We have 8 group coaching sessions, and then you have free access to 2 sacred circles. I do a monthly sacred circle, so you'd have free access to January and February. So it's guided meditation, it's Reiki, about whatever theme that we're working on. And within the membership, each week I pull some cards for the energy, so we know kind of what we're focusing on, what we're working on. And then we're really working on laying that foundation to create, for me, I'm going to say it 1,000 times, my best year. So I'm doing it just as much as you guys are doing it. And then we incorporate some shamanic elements, some elements of energy healing like Reiki. We usually do something experiential. So if anyone's interested in that, I think the link is in the description, but if it's not, I'll put it in there. So shapeshifter, you can be anything you desire. Let go of attachment to your identity. I have something to say about that. See the world around you with new eyes. Be malleable. Experiment with different ways of viewing reality. See the point of view of others. If you haven't been able to manifest your dreams, maybe you need to shift the way that you see the person or situation. So the journey is to deepen your ability to shapeshift. Simply imagine that you're an animal, bird, plant, or stone. I have something that you can practice with. Make it as real, or maybe for you a tree, I don't know. Or maybe a rock. I don't know. You'll have to pick out what works best for you. Make it as real as you can. Doing this deepens your ability to shift your beliefs and limiting decisions that perhaps have held you back from fulfilling your highest destiny. Yeah, Anne says that's amazing, Sharon. I want to say one thing: let go of the attachment to your identity. Let go of the attachment to your identity of what others, I don't know, have sort of told you that your identity is. Let go of that. Be fully you. I keep telling everyone, I'm like, this is my year to be authentically me, to put myself out there in whatever crazy ways I want. And I feel like that's a message for most of us. Most of us women are like kind of done with following your rules. I'm kind of done with doing what you think I should be doing. Instead, I want to do what I want to do, right? It's so empowering to let go of those identities that are like mismatched. It's like when you get back together with family and you kind of go back into those old habits or patterns or roles like that we had as kids. Yeah, no, that's not me. So it's like releasing yourself from that attachment to other people's version of what your identity is, and fully say, nope, I'm reclaiming, I'm becoming, whatever word you want to use, my truest and most authentic identity, because that is going to really be a heart opener. That is going to open up clarity for you. That's going to make it seem like I have a purpose, I have a path, and you're on it anyways, but and now I know that I'm on this thing. So I'm excited for what comes out for this year for you. Okay, so Juanita Smith, you would like a card. I'm going to go back to the animal. What did I do with it? Found it. Me too. I'm excited. You're welcome. I'm just excited. I don't know. I'm not like a glasses half full type of person. Ironically. But I do feel really hopeful. I do feel really excited. And try to match the vibration, the energy of what you're feeling with what you're surrounding yourself with. So I got to tune off some of the new stuff. You have a direct link to the divine. Oh, thanks. Aw, you're sweet. We all do, though, don't we? We all do. We can't discount our strengths. We all have that connection, and we all, if it feels like, I feel like we always have to do a little work. Okay, this one came out for you, Juanita. So, geez Louise, this is a good day for cards. Oh, so I know you can't see it. White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. Heck yeah! I love this one. there's magic, right? But trust in the magic. Where in your life have you been feeling, and I know I'm going to say back to like the lack and scarcity, but where have you been not focused on the magic, the wonder, the awe, the love, the joy, right? Where do we get stuck with the rules or the regulations or the delineation of like what we have to do today, right? And instead, can we put that trust back into the magic, back into the universe, back into spirit, back into ourselves? You know, when I was saying I didn't want to really give you guys a lot of information about like, how do you cleanse and clear your chakras? What's going on with your chakras? You know, is it open? Is it closed? Is it depleted? Is it blocked? Because I want you to practice trusting your intuition, tapping into your intuition. And I think when we do that, not only when we start to trust ourselves a little bit more, we also have a little bit more faith in like what's available to us. And so I can read what it says. White Raven Spirit. Did I call it White? Hopefully I called it White Raven Spirit. I don't know what I called it. Absolutely. I've been working on my heart chakra. I love that. Get yourself a green stone of any kind if you have it, or pink, or anything that resonates for you is fine. Heart chakra is probably my favorite. I feel like it's so tender. It's so tender, and then it's so fierce at the same time. And I think it's so easy to for it to shut down, or for us to hold on to those wounds or those hurt, those hurts that have happened. And then it's like, oh, so hard to like open that back up. It doesn't feel safe to do that. But it is. Yes. Oh, I love that. Okay. So nothing in the universe this is the White Raven Spirit. Nothing in the universe is random. For the For the intricate web of co-creation weaves together all events that has done so since the beginning of time. Coincidences have meaning. Yes. And White Raven Spirit appears to remind you to pay attention to these synchronicities so that you might recognize patterns. Okay, so we just got to be a little bit aware of what's coming into our life and what are those patterns. Even though the winds dance in a pattern, participating in the magic of Spirit's plan for all, align with the highest good and intentions so that you will see that White Raven is guiding you, an ally to you, and a messenger for Spirit. Align with the light, and you will start to recognize that all is working together harmoniously in ways the eyes can't see, the mind can't always comprehend. The universe is conspiring on your behalf now, drawing you to the light and bringing you the magic and miracles that are your birthright. Now is the time to trust in the magic of the world that is everywhere and in all things. Pay attention to how things come together as if by magic, and you will see the hand of Great Spirit arranging things in your favor. I love that. So amazing. Yeah. And this is like, it's an inside job, obviously, but I feel like that also goes with how can I trust myself more, especially if you're working with heart chakra, right? How can I learn if I have unlearned to trust myself? How can I trust myself? How can I love myself more? How can I be more compassionate and kind to myself? Those are great heart chakra openers. And when we start to really trust in ourselves, we know like, I'm not going to make bad choices. Shit happens. Can I swear? I don't know if I can. Stuff happens, but we're going to be, again, resilient. We're going to bounce back. We're going to be able to navigate it. And it's not always stuff that's, we sort of take it as like, oh, it's coming at me as like a personal assault or a personal attack. And it's not. It's just probably a sign or a pattern of like, what do I need to shift? How do I need to recalibrate? Do I need to have healthier boundaries with people? Do I need to really trust my intuition on like making choices for myself? What needs to happen so that I can trust in that magic? I think it does start with your heart chakra. I love that that's what you're working on. Yeah. All right. That's fabulous. All right. Well, I hope that was helpful. If anyone else is here and they need a card or want a card, I guess there's a difference between wanting and needing. sometimes I'm like, I need a card. And sometimes I'm like, I want a card. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming today. And hopefully this was helpful. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to put it. I know I did not go into detail with chakras. I'm assuming most people, if they see chakras, they know what chakras are. So, but if you have questions, you can put them into the comments later. This will obviously be up on my page. I don't know what it is. Thank you. This was wonderful. You're welcome. And then if you do have any questions about membership, if you're wondering about that, I did raise the price a little bit. It is 10 sessions for free, 10 sessions of coaching, of Reiki, of meditation, of working on just creating that foundation for your, and I know I keep saying it, best year ever. But we're really going to be doing some work with shadow side, softening shadow side. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff to just love and nurture ourselves. We want to be able to just restore our energy so we're able to bring our best self forward in spring. So hopefully that resonates with some people. If not, it's okay too. But if you have questions, I think I put the link in the description. Like I said, you can click on it, or if you have questions for me, you can reach out. I'm available if anyone has questions. If you are a member of Insight Timer, I'm going to be doing a free, it's guided meditation Reiki as well, but sort of with the same themes, just cleansing and clearing the chakras, just balancing things out so we can start fresh for the new year. I'm doing that this Sunday at 11, I think 11 Central Time. So if you are an Insight Timer member, you can put in my name, my full name, Mary Madsen Huskin, and you can search me up and either follow me or I'm not really sure how that all happens, but it is free if you want to do that. Otherwise, you can always join anything that. Oh, you do? You use Insight Timer? Oh, well, check it out. Come. I have never done a live event on there. So, yeah, I joined it like over a year ago, and I keep forgetting to put up new meditations. So, whoops. But I thought, why don't I try that? Why don't I try a live event on Insight Timer? So, just kind of a cool way to, I don't know, give back, start the year on a, I don't know, good foot forward for myself as well. So hopefully this was helpful for everybody. To be honest, I have no idea what I'm going to be talking about next week. If you want to work on chakras, let me know. Put that in the comment section, or reply to the video or whatever. Put that in the comment section of the video, because I love chakra work. So I don't know what I'm doing next week, but maybe we'll do a chakra. Who knows? But if you have any questions, reach out. I hope everybody has just a fabulous, if you're watching this on a Friday, a weekend, or fabulous rest of your day whenever you're watching this. Just sending you all just love and peace for this year. So take care. What's your name again? Oh, it's long. It's Mary, and then Madsen, Madsen, and then Heskin, Heskin. Couldn't be simple. No, it's long. And then, yeah, if you want to, I think it's just my name. Yeah, I don't think I'm under River's Journey Wellness there. But if you have any questions, let me know if you can't find it. And if you could be so kind as to like and subscribe, put a comment in, that would help for this video. I'm still trying to get myself out there, just practicing something, or not practicing, trying something new, bringing some new energy to my work. So I would really appreciate that. Otherwise, I look forward to connecting again, hopefully next Friday. All right, take care. You're welcome.